Council Act or Government of India Act of 1909/Morley Minto Reforms of 1909.
Lord Minto was Viceroy of India and John Morley was Secretary of State for India.
Factors leading to the Act.
Increase in national consciousness driven by a rise in educated Indians. Emergence of extremists and revolutionaries. Economic critique, such as Dadabhai Naoroji's The Poverty and Un-British Rule in India, and R.C. Doubt's The Economic History of India, introduced the theory of wealth drain by the British. Resentment provoked by Curzon's reactionary policies like the Indian Universities Act, Official Secrets Act of 1904, and the partition of Bengal in 1905. The Simla deputation presented a proposal for a separate electorate for Muslims to Lord Minto in 1906, led by Aga Khan. John Morley, a member of India's Liberal government, aimed to improve the country's governance.
Provisions or features of the Act. Change in numbers.
In Bombay and Madras, the Executive Council's membership increased from 2 to 4. The practice of appointing Indians to these councils began. So, 2 Indians K.C. Gupta and Syed Hussain Bilagrami, both civil servants, were the first appointees to the India Council, assisting the Secretary of State for India in England. Associations of Indians with the executive councils of Viceroy or Governors. Satyendra Sinha became the first Indian member appointed to Governor-General's Executive Council. The Central Legislative Council's additional members rose from 16 to 60, comprising 27 elected members and 33 nominated members, of which 28 were officials and 5 were non-officials, making a total of 69, 60 plus 9 executives.
Legislative councils at both the centre and provinces comprised 4 categories of members. Ex officio members, Governor-General and Executive Council members, 8 plus 1. Nominated official members, government officials nominated by the Governor-General, 28. Nominated non-official members, individuals nominated by the Governor-General, who were not government officials, 5. Elected members, individuals elected by various categories of Indians, 27.
Change in the proportion of official and non-official members.
Increased members in provincial legislative councils, varying by provinces, non-uniform increased.
Non-official members held a majority in provincial councils, although some were nominated, ensuring an overall non-elected majority. Methods of appointment.
Indirect election of elected members. Local bodies elected an electoral college. The electoral college then elected members of provincial legislative councils. Members of provincial legislative councils, in turn, elected members of the Central Legislative Council.
The 27 elected members of the Central Legislative Council, CLC, included 13 from the general electorate, non-official members of provincial legislatures. 6 Zamindars from 6 provinces, class electorate. 6 Muslims from 6 provinces, communal electorate. 2 from the Bengal and Bombay Chambers of Commerce. Provincial councils had 3 categories: general, district boards and municipalities, special, Bombay Corporation and Bombay University, and Chambers of Commerce. The Central Council included a fourth category for Muslims. Elected members in provincial councils represented local bodies, chambers of commerce, landlords, universities, traders' communities, and Muslims.
Change in the functions of councils. Granted councils the right to discuss and pass resolutions on the budget and public matters. Provided rights to ask supplementary questions and move resolutions on local body loans. Governor-General retained the power to disallow budget discussions. Separate electorates.
Communal representation, with separate electorates for Muslims, was introduced for the first time, based on class and community.
Criticism of Act.
The 1909 Act failed to provide a political solution to the Indian problem. The Act did increase Indian participation in legislative councils, particularly at the provincial levels. Non-official, Indian, majority was undermined by including nominated members in the non-official category, ensuring government control. The Act didn't aim for a parliamentary government in India but introduced the electoral principle for legislative councils, laying the foundation for a parliamentary system. Separate electorate caused tensions as other communities, like Sikhs and Anglo-Indians, wanted similar privileges, leading to a wider communal problem. Government of India Resolution, 1915. Official views on the Decentralization Commission's recommendations. Most recommendations remained unimplemented. Local bodies' conditions unchanged from Viceroy Ripon's era. Montagu's August 1917 Declaration. British government's intent to grant self-government to Indians. Promised gradual development of self-governing institutions, a responsible government. Resolution of May, 1918. Review of local self-government from Montagu's August 1917 Declaration. Emphasized local bodies' representativeness and real authority. Montagu-Chelmsford Report, 1918. Formed after discussions between Montagu and Viceroy Chelmsford in India. Presented to the British Parliament in 1918. Theoretical basis for the Government of India Act of 1919. Main features included increasing Indian association in administration, progressive realization of responsible government, and stages towards self-governance. August 1918 INC Special Session. Held to discuss the Montagu-Chelmsford Report. Barrister Syed Hassan Imam served as the President. The Congress passes a resolution condemning the scheme as inadequate, unsatisfactory, and disappointing. Some moderates, led by Surendranath Banerjee, favoring the proposals, left the Congress and established a new party, the Indian Liberal Federation, in November 1918.